across the UK, online and on DAB.
Get an earful of unusual nocturnal emissions with radio's Lord of Misrule, Iain Lee. No relation, thank God.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation. Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
And breathe. Good evening, dear listener. This is Iain Lee, kind of live from New York. Well, no, we are live from New York. I'm just fiddling around. Today, the show is coming from my hotel room, and it's been a bit of a scramble to get here because we've, today, day 4 in New York. By the way, dear listener, you can call in 0344 499 1000. It will be the same as calling London, because you're calling London. That's why it'll be the same. So day 4 in New York, the weather has cooled down a little bit, which is kind of cool and nice. And this morning, it was the first morning where we didn't have to go up really, really early to go and meet someone. So we both had a bit of a lie-in, and maybe a little bit too much of a lie-in, because I got a frantic phone call saying, I think we're going to be late. So we went out, missed breakfast, but what a day. It has been a day of ups and, let's say, downs. Let's start with the downs. We nearly got murdered. I don't want to, be too overly dramatic about this, but we nearly got murdered on a subway train. I say we, it was me. Katherine was very little help. But I'll be honest, in all honesty, it was absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I recorded most of it. Once I realised this was going to get unpleasant, I got my recorder out to record it. So you'll get to hear it later on. Now, here's the thing. It was a guy who I thought was begging. You know, you get these beggars on the tube that come on and they say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really sorry to have to do this, but I've fallen on hard times, and if you could spare some money, that would be great. And he was one of those. I thought he was one of those gentlemen. And I have a real point, when I can and when I remember and when I feel it's appropriate, to make eye contact with beggars. And if I've got some change, I'll give them some change. And if I haven't, I'll say, sorry, mate, I haven't got any money. Good luck. But I make a real point of making eye contact, because I can't do that thing of, you're getting cash out of a cash machine and there's a beggar there. I can't ignore. I can't pretend they're not there. I can't do that. So I'll say, all right, mate, how's it going? Good luck. Hope things pick up. And so I was doing that with this guy. I was doing everyone was ignoring him. One guy gave him $1. But everybody on the train was looking at the floor. In fact, there was one couple that was sat right next to him when he started his spiel about how he was homeless and his 14-year-old daughter was a crack addict and all of this stuff. And there was a couple that was sat next to him and they were laughing. Not at him, they were continuing their conversation and laughing. And so I felt bad for the guy. I thought, this is terrible. The poor fella. So he was at the other end of the carriage, so I made a point of making eye contact with him. Wasn't going to give him any money, because, but for whatever reason. But I made a point of making eye contact. And he came down the other side of the train and stood next to me. And then he started speaking to me. Well, no, he didn't. Then he started, was speaking very loudly. And he said, "Are you grateful? Are you grateful? I can't hear you. Are you grateful?" At that point I went, yes, I am very grateful. Well, I can't hear you. You don't sound grateful. And I went, well, I am very grateful, but I'm only saying I'm grateful now because I'm feeling slightly intimidated by you. He then went ballistic. It was at that point that I got my digital recorder out to record it. For 2 reasons, if I'm being completely honest. Allow me to be completely honest with you. For 2 reasons. Reason 1 is I actually got quite scared quite quickly, and I thought, if I get out, if I have something that shows I am recording this, then maybe he won't kill me. Genuine thought. The second one was, this is a unique experience to be in. It's certainly unique for me, at 44 years of age, to be to feel so physically and verbally threatened on a train in New York. I imagine that lots of you, dear listener, won't have been in that position. So I'm going to tape it because it might sound really, really interesting on the radio. Now, Kath's over in the corner. If you're watching on Periscope, you'll be able to see. She's over in the corner editing that. Let me know when we've sent stuff over so that I know to... What have you sent? Oh, have you sent the man? Oh, Edmundo. Are you there in London?
I am here.
Do you have the recording of the gentleman to which I refer?
I think I do.
Okay.
Can I double check the title of it?
You can. Yes, what's the title?
I've got the
please?
title, The Nut Job.
Yes, that is the title, and
Okay.
that is our sensitive... We'll play it after the break then. And it did turn out that this guy was obviously seriously mentally ill. It got very, very tense. There was a lot of bad language from him. I tried the engaging with him. I tried the ignoring of him. And it kind of... One of the ends was him leaning over to me going, "You think you're effing scared now? You don't know what effing scared is. I'm going to show you what effing scared is." And I was effing scared. But here's the interesting thing, right? This was on the way to Imani Coppola's. You know I play Imani Coppola songs all the time. Haters Club from Little Jackie and Raindrops from the Sun and FaceTime Continuum. And so we went to her apartment, and Kath was upset. The woman next to Kath burst into tears. And we went to Imani's apartment, and I said, "Imani, I just got threatened on the tube, on the underground." And she said, what happened? I said, "Well, this," and I told her the story. She said, "Dude, you don't make eye contact with the schizophrenics on the train." And it turns out that there are, I don't want to say loads, because there aren't loads, but there are certainly a number of mentally ill souls that seem to spend quite a lot of time on the subway. Now, we've not been on the subway a lot. We've not been on it very much. We've been using cabs, and now I'm skint. So we started using the subway yesterday, I think. And also, I don't really understand it. It's a very complicated system they've got over here. I think we can improve on it. Anyway, but on the way back, we saw some of these poor, unfortunate souls. Saw another two. There was a guy... The first guy was black, the second guy was black, the third guy was white. And I'm only saying their colour because I'm wondering if there is perhaps there is a correspondence between poverty and people with mental health issues who are not being looked after and the colour of the skin. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. But there was another guy, a black guy, and he was doing exercises on the train. He wasn't threatening, but I noticed his belt and his hat band and things were made out of the elastic strips from underpants. That seemed to be his thing. Everything was held together with the elastic strips from underpants. And he was just there kind of doing press-ups on the seats and stretches and exercises, and he was harmless. And then there was another guy, a white guy, that came through, and he was kind of begging and stuff, and it was really sad. Now, you get beggars in London, of course you do. You get beggars on the train occasionally. There used to be a brilliant guy that didn't have many fingers, but he'd do magic tricks. And you occasionally see, occasionally I have seen very vulnerable, fragile, sick people out and about, but these three blokes today, including the one you're going to hear, me arguing, me engaging with, they were on a different level to anything that I've seen in London. I mean, they were on a different level. And at the end of it, I've not heard the edited version. At the end of it, I may say something inappropriate about him being a loony or something. I know I did at the time. And it was because there was a real sense of relief that he'd gone. Halfway through the conversation, I remembered that they have guns in America. And there was a bit where my heart was going, man. My heart was going, and he'd stepped off to the left of me. And I thought, I need to meditate because I'm shaking. I need to meditate. So I started to meditate, and then I heard him rustling in his bag. And I thought, he's going to stab me. We were coming to a stop. He was rustling in his bag. I thought, he's going to stab me, and then he's going to jump off. Honestly, so at the end, I'll tell you exactly what I said. I don't know if Kath left it in there or not, but I said, I thought he was a beggar. I didn't know he was an actual loony. Something like that, which is, is an incredibly insensitive way to describe someone with mental health issues. But it was a real sense of relief that he'd gone and neither of us had been physically attacked. It was a sense that I needed to kind of gain some sort of control, assert myself again, and the way to do that was to make a flippant, off-colour remark. It just pricked the tension, if you will. It was scary, but it was an eye-opener, man. And I'll tell you what, we're going to hear it in a second. We'll have a quick break. I'll come back, set up the whole stall of the show again, and you'll get to hear it. I promise you won't hear anything like this on radio anywhere. This is Late Nights with Iain Lee, live in New York City on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
We're live in New York City, and we're having the time of our lives. I cannot, stress how much fun we are having. Today we met Imani Coppola, who is one of my absolute all-time heroes. We went to her apartment, and you'll hear that later. Kath's having to edit out quite a bit of swearing. She read my tarot. And then tonight we're off to see Stephen Page at the Sissy Winery, and hopefully we're going to get to have a quick chat with him as well. I need to email John Ronson. Gosh, it's so busy. So it's all been ups. It's all been ups so far, except for this bit on the subway. We decided to take the subway to Brooklyn, from Manhattan to Brooklyn. We took the Q train there, and there was this gentleman, as I said, who was, I thought he was just a beggar, and to treat him with respect, as all human beings deserve, I made sure I made eye contact with him. That was a terrible mistake. This is about 2 minutes into it, after I realised this weren't no beggar, and that actually I better have some evidence of it. Let's have a listen to this, please, Ed. I'm not quite sure why your aggression towards me is necessary.
I'm not rushing towards you. You just took it like that.
No,
I'm standing right here.
You are. I wish you the best of luck.
And I wish you the best of luck. But it's so sad, right, that I had to get a little bit aggressive. So say that you say.
Well, you've forced me to say something, yes.
No, I didn't force you to say nothing.
You've made me feel uncomfortable enough.
I made you feel uncomfortable? How do you think you made me feel? You made me feel uncomfortable too.
But you're the one
with
that
the crazy look.
You're the one
with the crazy look.
Now you're being rude for no reason whatsoever.
No,
I'm engaged with you.
No, I'm not.
You are. That's rude.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You are.
What have I done that's rude?
No, what have you done? What you doing now?
I'm engaging with someone who's
having a rude engaging with you. And having a conversation
aggressive way.
In a positive way.
No, negative, sir. Very negative.
I can show you negative.
I'd rather not see it.
All right. And I'd rather not hear the bull. I'd rather have for you to be honest with me.
Okay.
Without the bull.
Being honest, you are making me feel very uncomfortable.
Without
like
the bull.
There is no bull. You are making me feel uncomfortable.
I don't care how I'm making you feel uncomfortable. Because you made me feel uncomfortable.
Okie dokie.
All right?
Have a great day.
And you have a great day.
I will.
And I appreciate that. Thank you. Excuse me? Oh. It's so sad, man.
I didn't realise it was. I just thought it was begging. I didn't realise it was. Well, that was uncomfortable.
You asked for help, and you got people that want to be sarcastic, like some game. I don't give a about that. I will break that. Because first of all, you got to ask somebody, do you want a table? If you want to record them.
I am not engaging in this conversation anymore.
Don't say nothing else, because I can show you better than I can tell you. Wait till stop. I still care about you. Better than Jesus cared about you. It's so sad, man. I can never say nothing about it. It hurts when somebody that can't even speak their language. They say something that stay strong, hold on. You can't say nothing. How can anyone stay positive?
Imani did say take the Q train if you're feeling brave.
How can anyone stay positive if you don't encourage? How can anyone believe in anything if you don't tell them to believe in anything? You roll your eyes, this and that, always got something to say. Can't be too grateful, man. And I still care about you. When are you really gonna start caring about yourself? Because when you start really caring about yourself and you really start being grateful, man, it comes automatically telling somebody it's gonna be alright. Have a nice day. Then you showed them that God was really good to you. Shit ain't no game, B. We all need help. If we don't learn how to encourage one another, man, nobody's gonna make it, B. No one. Because every now and then in your relationship, you need to hear each other care, B. If not, you start to wonder, do she still loves me? After wondering comes acting out. Who would act out? You need to let it go, B.
Let what go? I have literally no idea what you're talking about, brother. I wish you nothing but peace and love. I wish you nothing but peace and love.
And I wish you the same.
Thank you, man.
See, why you jumping, man?
Because you were aggressive, and I would like you to acknowledge that you were aggressive.
I'm not aggressive.
You were aggressive.
No, family. I'm not aggressive.
I treated you with humanity by making eye contact, and I regret that now.
And I regret it. How about that?
Beautiful.
But I don't regret it.
I do regret it.
I don't.
Well, that's you. I'm not talking about you. I'm
talking about me.
I regret it because you have made me feel.
You.
No, you don't.
I still care about you.
Then why have you made me feel scared?
No, I didn't make you feel scared.
Yes, you did.
If I made you feel scared, family, come on, tell that to somebody else. Made you feel scared.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did.
I treated you with humanity by making eye contact.
Knock it off.
I have learned a very important. I'm not talking to you now. I've learned a very important lesson not to make eye contact on the underground.
Man, knock it off, man. The underground. See, this is what I'm saying. The stupid that you be saying, man.
Underground is not stupid.
Stupid you be saying. All right, I got you. I'm gonna show you better than I tell you. How about that? I'm gonna show you how scared you are. Show you how scared you are. I can see you scared. I dread you scared. I'm gonna show you. Now you scared.
He's gone. Jesus, that was tense.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably should have kept my mouth shut.
Well, But the thing was, he was walking up and down, and I thought, I feel terrible not looking him in the eye, but it was terrifying.
This is the thing, I made eye contact with him because no one was making eye contact with him, and I thought it was a sad story.
And the whole thing was, he was talking about how he was having an awful time in life and no one would even engage with him. And then you engage with him and suddenly it was crime of the century. It was nuts.
The bit you didn't hear just before I started recording was him basically shouting at me to tell him how grateful I was for whatever.
Yeah. But he still cares about you, that's the good news.
God, huh? It's literally just dawned on me, they have guns in this country.
Yeah, well, that's what I was concerned about.
Bugger.
It was horrible. And when the guy's talking, you can't really hear a lot, hear it. But he was stood right next to me. The woman next to Kath was in tears when we got off the train. Kath started crying. I kind of went the other way and kind of machoed up a little bit, as we do in these situations when when I have been humiliated, and I felt humiliated, I either, burst into tears or I start acting tough. And today I went down the tough route. But trust me, I was terrified. And I did genuinely think at one point he was pulling a knife out of his bag. And I had two plans of attack in my head. One was I had a bag with me. One was I had the digital recorder in a bag, and I was prepared to smack him round the head with that. The other one was, and this is advice I've heard from a few people, is when you're talking with a crazy person, you go crazier. If you go crazier, they kind of back down. And we kind of laughed about it after, out of relief. But it really did strike me, seeing that guy and seeing the two other guys later on, that us in Britain, we've got mental health issues. I don't think we've got them right at all. But it would appear that because of things like the National Health Service and maybe more talking about things, that it's perhaps not as bad as it was with that gentleman. I don't know. I'm just guessing and I'm clutching at straws. I don't really know. But that has been the only downside to the trip. That, and I left my sunglasses at Imani's. That's the only downside to the trip so far. Apart from that, it's been brilliant. If you were watching on the Periscope before the show started, you would have seen me slurping down one of the biggest, dirtiest milkshakes. There's a milkshake shop 2 blocks away. Oh, man! We discovered that the other night. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And like I say, we have met so many people. We have seen so many. We've met. And Pat, I know you're there. I'll come to you in a minute, I promise. 0344 499 1000 if you want to give us a call. We have met so many creative, artistic people from... people that have sold millions of records, Stephen Page tonight, Imani Coppola, at the start of her career, to people that are podcasting, they started off podcasting to 50 people, or yesterday at the radio station, some of those radio shows, they won't get more than a couple of hundred listeners. But the passion that they have for creativity, for expressing themselves artistically, for making something and giving it, putting it out there, it is inspiring, man. It has totally inspired me and Katherine, and I really hope that a certain amount of it has maybe, I hope that I've rubbed off on you, and that maybe you've kind of felt that artistic spirit within you rise. I don't know. Listen, coming up later in the show, you're going to hear the visit to Imani Coppola's house. She was just such a delight. I mean, such a delight. You're also going to hear a little diary of us wandering around town today. I don't know how much sense that'll make, but we'll send that over and you'll get to listen to that. Also, though, dear listener, your phone calls, please. I've just turned on Twitter. They've changed Twitter again. The hell is that about? 0344 499 1000. Late Nights with Iain Lee, live in New York on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Let's be having it large, dear listener. You are welcome to call in. You'll speak to Lonely Ed live in London, and he'll patch you through to New York. Pat, you're on the line. Good evening, Pat.
Hi, listen, Ian, I heard you're in trouble.
Yes.
Are you okay? I'm just
yes.
I'm just getting changed. You Mr. Mo!
Oh, God. All right, Pat, we finish at 1.
I won't be long, Ian. I'm just putting on my clock. Are you okay?
Okay, Pat, but as soon as you can, that'll be great.
Hang on. I'm just coming. Hang on.
Steady.
Is Kath okay?
Yeah, Kath's...
just left the disabled toilet. Hang on.
They're so much easier to change in those disabled toilets, aren't they?
There's so much more room. I'm going to see if I can get the bus.
I think Pat's changing into a superhero for us. Yes, Pat.
I've already changed. If I can get the bus.
Well, no, Pat. Don't come to New York.
What? I've got to. I've got
no.
now.
For several reasons. Firstly, that incident happened about 6 hours ago, so it's finished.
Hang on, one sec. Hang on.
You can't get a bus to New York.
Hang on. Excuse me. Do you know how I can get to New York from here? No, I don't. Okay, thank you. Cheers. Hello.
Hello, who was that, Pat?
I don't know.
Anybody else you can ask?
Hang on. My cloak isn't working. I've got chasing.
Yes, just make sure everything is not getting squashed.
Hang on. I'm just going to nip in to Wingwar.
Wingwar?
What is it?
Yeah. Wingwar?
It's a Chinese. Hang on.
Pat's a bit out of breath there.
Oh, hello, are you closed? Do you know how I can get to New York?
Pat, I think you should go home. Have a little rest. Don't worry about us, we're fine.
I tried my best, Ian.
Go and lick some bread. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You can do. Edmundo!
Hello.
Hello, my dear. When people phone up to come on...
Yep.
Are they being polite to you, or are they laughing at you for not being in New York?
Well, they are being the kindest people, except for Pat, who keeps trying to get into the studio here. So
yes,
I was kind of relieved when he said he was going to go and try and save you in New York.
That's a relief.
Yeah, because I did tell him that security have the details and they'll send him a pass, but that may have been a lie.
I don't want to give any terrorists any ideas, but security at our place is generally asleep or downstairs watching telly, so
of course
it's not the toughest security in the world. Ed, if any more calls come through, do let me know. I don't have the screen in front of me at the moment as Katherine is busy bleeping Imani Coppola.
Well, that's all good. We have Adam on the line as well.
Oh, beautiful, thank you. Let's put him through. Hello, Adam.
Hello, Ian, how are you?
I'm great. Can I just, for a second, Adam, can I just say, we're living in the future. I'm in my hotel room, right? Kath is in the corner editing what is going to be the last hour of the show. She's going to send that to Ed in a bit when she's done. I've got a microphone and headphones. Whereabouts are you calling from?
I'm calling from Essex.
You're calling from Essex, and you're speaking to me in New York, and we're broadcasting around the world. We're living in the future, aren't we?
This is amazing. And
it is.
Transatlantic telephonic radio show. I think you should all be very, very proud of yourselves.
Do you you sound of a similar age to me? When to make even a phone call, I mean, it's still expensive-ish, but to make a phone call abroad, well, first of all, you had to book it. When I was a kid, you had to book an international phone call, and then it would cost tens of pounds.
Oh, absolutely. If you had, I had a relative. A lot of my family are from Italy, and I remember when I was a kid phoning my Aunt Patricia, and we used to have to book an international line. And I also remember that phone calls were so expensive. I used to communicate with my grandmother by giving her 3 rings.
Yeah.
And then putting the phone down.
Oh, what was that code for with you and your gran?
It was like, I'm okay. Hope you're all right. I'll speak to you in a few days. It was 3 rings on a Sunday evening at about 7 o'clock, and I would queue up at the phone box.
Yeah.
And there'd be a little queue of people at the phone box.
Funny.
I grew up on a council council estate, populated by lovely people, but the majority of people did not have telephones in their homes.
My code for my mum on the phone, it was 3 rings, hang up, and then 3 rings, and that meant I'm ready to be picked up from the pre-arranged place that we've discussed before I left. That was that code. And there was some.
You have shown your middle classness there by the fact that your mother had a car to come and pick you up. You see.
Right. That's a great phone-in, by the way, guys. Phone codes you had 0344 499 1000. And here's another. I just remembered another thing. We didn't have it, but we had friends and relatives who had, when they had the dial phones, they had a lock on their phone. Do you remember that? They'd have a little padlock, so you couldn't turn the dial.
Yeah, my father had a lock on our dial phone. Not particularly for me or for him. It was just in case somebody broke in and decided while they were there to phone their friends and run up a bill. There was a little lock on the phone. I had a key. My dad had a key, but it was just in case somebody broke in and decided to run up a £50 or £100 bill phoning their relatives in Ireland or something like that. That's telephonic communication. It was you thought about making a phone call. It would cost you £1, £2. Phone the north of England. It was like 50 pence a minute or something.
And here's we had friends who had a little like a little saucer by the phone, and if you made a phone call, you're supposed to put 10 pence in there. And of course, if at 5:45 on a Thursday evening, say, I'd say, Mum, can I use the phone? Is it urgent? No. Wait till after 6 then, because after 6, I don't know if it still is. It might be after 6. It was a cheaper rate, and wait until after 6. But I want to phone him now. If it's not, if he's not dying, do it after 6.
Well, exactly, Ian. There was peak times when businesses would use the available telephone lines, and then after 6 o'clock, it was cheap rate. Remember Busby?
Yes, I do remember Busby. Bernard Cribbins,
cheap rates. It was only something like 15 or 20 pence a minute to phone somewhere like Liverpool or Newcastle. But during the day, it was hugely expensive. 50, 60 pence a minute, I seem to recall.
Here's Michael on Twitter. I used to ask to reverse the charges. Mum would know it was me, refused to take the call, but knew I was okay. There we go, you see. Everybody had their own little cheats around the phone system. Anyway, what you called in for? What you got for us?
Well, I was listening to your radio show whilst doing a little bit of late-night administration. And
is that a euphemism?
No.
Administration.
Because we all have to do so much stuff now, don't we, on computers?
Yeah.
Because you don't have people to do... You don't go into places and people do stuff for you anymore. You have to do it your bloody self. And the story that you were telling resonated with me because I remember quite clearly when I was living in North London and I was getting the Victoria line back. Now, just for a little bit of context, I understand and have a lot of sympathy with people that have mental illness or psychological problems. I have members of my family who have struggled in certain aspects of their mental health. But I'm not shrinking violet. Grew up in a council estate. Consider myself to be, a little bit worldly wise, if you like.
Yeah.
And I felt very, very scared on the tube. We got on somewhere in central London. It was quite busy, and there was a gentleman. And as the door shut, he stood and he started to shout, and he singled out a lady. And when you're on quite a busy tube and there's lots of people standing in the bits by the doors, and he looked at her and without sort of saying exactly what he said, he basically questioned her morality due to her race and her religion.
Okay, yeah.
In quite a threatening way. Yeah. And I was probably the closest male to that situation, so. I kind of said to the lady, look, stand behind me. And I had to kind of stand in front of this guy in between the stations. And he was quite obviously disturbed. He was shouting. And I'm trying to put on a brave face.
Yeah.
I'm standing there in a, in a suit and an overcoat, and I was absolutely scared stiff.
I bet.
I was absolutely scared stiff, and I was thinking, this guy's, carrying a weapon, something like this, and half of me is saying, I want to reach out and help you, and the other half of me is saying, I'm really quite scared here, and I also have to sort of look around me. But the lack of people, everyone just kind of looked away or looked down.
Yeah,
some of the things that he was saying were quite violent,
Yeah.
But
well,
this
guy today, he started to turn on this woman that was crying, and I was thinking, oh God, please don't pick on her, because then I am probably going to have to stand up and say, I didn't want to stand up, okay? Because once you stand up, that's an aggressive act. But I thought if he turns on this woman and has a go at her, I am going to have to stand up. And luckily, he just said, "What's your problem?" And she went, "Nothing," and he moved away from her. But yeah, and everyone was looking at the floor, was embarrassed. There was a fella on the other side of the other seat who was just shaking his head. It was, I was on my own.
Yeah, but we don't know how to deal with people that are in that kind of state. We don't know how to placate someone who's. Look, you can look at, most normal people can look at someone that's in that state, and there's usually you can spot a reason for their demeanour. It might be you can maybe look at someone and say, okay, maybe he's maybe intoxicated, or he's not really with his senses because of maybe ingesting something, or you can tell if they're in a state of anxiety but you're right in what you're saying is there's a lot of people out there. And I just wanted to say that level of people went up probably about a decade and a half ago with the care in the community protocol that came in with the mental health. And a lot of these people are harmless, but they don't seem to have any support. It's almost
and that's the thing, and it all comes down to bread, of course, primarily. And here's the thing, and you know this, guys, but I feel I ought to say it for the casual listener that perhaps doesn't know that I know that you know that we know this. That most people with mental health issues are not going to, are not going to kill you. They're not going to threaten you. They're not going to stab you. It is a tiny minority. I just happened to encounter one of those, a tiny minority today, and it was flipping terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Me and Kath were proper scared, and I was braving it out in that clip that we just played, but I can hear it in my voice. I was terrified. My heart was going. I was sat frozen still. There was one bit when I was looking straight ahead, and I could see he was staring at me. But I just think it's interesting that we saw him. Imani said, hey, he's never talked to a schizophrenic on the subway, dude. I thought everyone knew that. And then on the way back, we saw another couple of souls who were obviously struggling in one way or another. And I just wonder how prevalent, if it is more prevalent over here in New York than it is in London. And I can only go by my own experience. I've never been in a situation like that in London. Maybe once, actually. Maybe once there was a homeless guy that obviously had mental health problems, and he got quite nasty. But that was about 10 years ago. Anyway, I'm waffling. You can call in if you want, 0344 499 1000. Coming up, you get to hear a little audio diary of what we got up to today, and also we spent an hour in the company of the delightful Imani Coppola. That's all coming up on Late Nights with Iain Lee, live from New York City on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Several people have asked, why are you in New York? Why not is the answer to that. Why not is the answer to that. It just seemed like a really good idea. I'm going to be honest, it's a jolly. There's no denying that we are having a jolly. Although we have had, if you read it on, Kath, what you just tell me? 4:15, beautiful, thank you. We had an hour today where we had nothing to do because we were going to do the rabbit hole and it didn't happen. And so we had an hour today where we had nothing to do. We went to a record shop and I looked in a couple of clothes shops, and that was it. So it is a jolly, but we have packed it full. It's literally been getting up, going to meet someone for breakfast, interviewing them, going out and doing some vox pops, coming back here, Kath editing any audio, me editing any video. We haven't had time to shoot video the last couple of days. Then going off sometimes to meet someone else, then going to the studio to do the show, and then going off to, do other bits and pieces. So I'm not complaining. Don't take that as a complaint. I'm just trying to stress that we have not had a moment's spare time, and it's been brilliant. We have loved it. Three things I've kind of discovered when I've been over here. On the TV, Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job, which I had seen one of before years ago, and I didn't like it. But I watched 5 of them over the last few days. That was great. And also Dr. Steve Brule, I don't know how you pronounce it, but the fella that's in Step Brothers with Will Ferrell, it is warped. So I'm going to hunt those on DVD when I can. And also last night we went to see John Ronson and Maeve Higgins and their monthly show in Brooklyn at Union Hall called Cool Kids, and it's they do about 10 minutes each, kind of reading from something they've written, and John told a very funny story from his new podcast about bespoke porn, where people will pay thousands of dollars to have bespoke to have pornographic movies made just for them. And there was one for a guy they called the Condiments Guy, and it's a woman sat there fully clothed, not even got her boobs out, not even having sex or anything like that, fully clothed, and baked beans and mayonnaise and mustard being dropped on her head. Imagine. Yay. And I can't remember any of the acts' names, but they were brilliant. And we're going to meet John Ronson tomorrow morning. I think we're taking his dog for a walk, so we'll find out, because there were some really funny people on the bill last night, and it was lovely. It was lovely. It was miles away. It was great to get out of the city and go and see, because it's so easy. The times I've been to New York before, it's so easy to be in Times Square and that surrounding area, and maybe go down to the Village or go to Bleecker Street or something, because everything is there. Everything you could want is there. Movies, theatres, Central Park, shops, food, everything is there. So to have these events that are scattered around town and go to different places is the coolest thing. Anyway, I'm waffling. We're going to take a call from San Francisco now. Hello, Ben.
Hey, mate. How's it going?
It's going very well. The delay on this is probably going to be awesome, because I'm delaying all the way back to London, and the phone calls are delaying to me, but you're in San Fran. What have you called in for, man?
I don't know. I just I listen to you most. Well, for you it's evenings. For me it's afternoons. It's one of my little ways of keeping in contact with what's going on at home and a feel of what's going on back in the UK. So, seeing as you're visiting my new, well, it's not new for me, but my home away from home here in America, I thought I need to find some time before you go back just to kind of call in. I don't normally call you, but because I'm working, sadly. But yeah, I just wanted to call up, even though it's weird because, of course, you're about halfway again the distance to London that I am from London. So it's not really in the same country at all, but we obviously are. But it's still so far away.
This is the thing about America, is it's so vast. You know, it's Europe, but it's you know, all the different states are kind of different countries, but they speak the same language, and it is, you know, it's just absolutely massive.
Yeah, it is, and they call it the flyover states, all the bit in the middle, and someone who, they call people like me liberal coastal elites, the people who kind of just stick to the coast. So yeah, for my business, I end up in New York, or I end up in Los Angeles, or here in San Francisco where I live. I very rarely visit the middle, and you just kind of sort of fly over it. But when you go visiting through, not only is it huge in distance, but it's a very different lifestyle and very different in the middle of the country than it is here. So,
and I haven't done it. I haven't. You're right. I've done the same thing. I've done New York loads. I've done LA a few times. I hate LA. I did San Francisco once and loved it. And if we ever brought the show back over to America, San Fran is probably the place that we would go to. I've been to Seattle, and that. I think that's it, really. So, yeah, I haven't done the middle of the country. You know, I haven't done 99.9% of the country. And, you know, if things were different, if I didn't have kids, if I wasn't married, you know, I could see myself doing a road trip and spending a couple of months driving from coast to coast. But I got responsibilities.
Well, first of all, if you ever come to San Francisco, you are more than welcome to do as many shows as you want out of my apartment. I work in tech, so I got broadcast equipment and huge bandwidth. It'll all be great here.
Ben, Kath, Ben says we can do the show from his house, and he's a geek. He's got good equipment in San Fran.
Yeah.
We're going. We're going to do it, definitely. Nice one, Ben. Go on.
I was going to say, and actually, check out places like Austin. Those are some great middle of the country. That's in Texas. There's some great things. So, anyway, I'm sorry you didn't get to do the rabbit hole. I think the other thing that's interesting is your sense of humor. I've tried to get so many American friends to check out the podcast, and some people get it and some people don't. I was really curious to see how that was going to go down. So hopefully next time.
Next time. Do you know what? The dream would be to do a late-night phone-in show in the States that is broadcast to the States, because the fun that, we have some great callers on our show, and we have a wide range, but they're all from a very tiny island, sometimes from 2 tiny islands. But to have a late-night phone-in show with Americans, oh, man, that's the dream, guys. That's the dream. It'll happen.
Awesome.
Ben, listen, nice to talk to you, man. Thank you very much for calling. Take care.
Likewise. Enjoy the rest of your time.
Oh, we will. Thank you very much indeed. We're going to San Francisco next.
Hi, me here, sorry.
What the hell is that?
Well, you know how we tried to get the bell back from TalkSport last night?
Yes.
Turned out
that
Cundy...
stupid whip.
I know, Cundy... And we had the whip. Cundy took the bell home and forgot to bring it in today, but they found me a harp instead.
Mate, that's not a harp. You've got a fairy's entrance.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. I mean, I can learn something else to play for later on. I'll try.
If you could, that would be
okay,
great.
Cool.
Thank you.
Anyway, I just thought I'd give you the time. Is 57:35.
57:35. Thank you very much
No
indeed.
worries.
Eben, good evening, Eben.
Good evening, Ian.
How you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. Just phoning in to say I'm loving you doing the show in New York, and it's given me a good insight because I may be going to New York in September.
Oh, what might you be going to New York for?
I'm
Drugs running?
going there. No, because potentially I could go there on the cheap because my dad's going to a conference in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then the last day is like a networking event in New York. You're thinking about extending it by 2 or 3 days and me missing a bit of college.
Oh, mate, go bunk off college and go to New York. It's one of the best places in the world.
Yeah, I'll probably be doing it. Yeah.
Good. Where do you think you might be going? What's whetted your appetite? What gets you horny for New York?
You wouldn't mind seeing like Brooklyn, Manhattan, and all the iconic.
Yeah, it is. I mean, even now when we drove over the Brooklyn Bridge, I think it was last night, and it's the first time we'd seen the Statue of Liberty. It was quite some distance away, but I went, oh look, there she is. And I've been to the Statue of Liberty, but it's still a thrill seeing it out of the window of a cab as you're driving over a bridge.
It'll probably be spectacular for me because I've never been to America in my life.
The thing is, they've got the food is, and I know it's a cliche. The portions are massive. The portions are massive. You go in. We went out the other night for a sandwich, right? For a sandwich, flipping it was the size of my head. They've got such thick bread. It's incredible. By the way, Kath, there is a sandwich in there if you're hungry. Let's get an Imani Coppola edit update. How is the Imani Coppola edit looking?
Well, it's a good job I packed extra bleeps because that woman is using them like there isn't a bleep.
It is very, very sweary. So, Ed, I would suggest when you do get it and you play it out, you pay full attention and you hover over that dump button.
Well, the thing is, Kath's got all the bleeps, but do I have enough dumps?
Yeah. What was funny was she knows that she swears, and she was swearing for about 10 minutes. She went, I'm really sorry, I wasn't going to swear in front of you guys. I'm just going to bleep. She's emailing me now because she's found my sunglasses. I was just going to bleep. So, and she tried for about 30 seconds, and she couldn't. But I tell you what's nice. And I hope this doesn't come across as bragging to you, dear listener. That's not this isn't what this is. I don't want this week to be one long brag. I want it to inspire you. But Eben is inspired to maybe come to New York. I want it to kind of be inspirational. What is different about this trip to New York for me is that we have been inside people's houses. Keith and the girl, their studio is in someone's apartment, Andrea's apartment, who we had on the show, and we went to Imani's apartment today. So that for me makes trips abroad so much more real when you're not just meeting people in cafes. We've done that, but you're not just meeting people. You're not just going to the Statue of Liberty or the Empire State Building. You're actually going inside people's homes and seeing what it's like. You can see videos that we've shot if you go to youtube.com/rabbithole. Subscribe to it while you're there. It's my channel. I've got a load of stuff on there that you might like, but I'm making a nice little New York folder. And Daniel Rayner, who is a listener and is an artist, has made some great psychedelic little films as well. And he's made another one. I've got to make that public because it's private at the moment. I'll do that a bit later on. You can still call in 0344 499 1000. It will cost you pennies, may even be free, and Ed will call you back. You're listening to Late Nights with Iain Lee live in New York City on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
And this is how the show's coming together. Literally just had an email from John Ronson inviting us round to his house tomorrow morning to take his dog out for a walk. Wonderful. Late Nights with Iain Lee in New York.
From the Sky News. Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Take a far-out trip into the twilight zone of late-night radio with Ian Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo.
Unmissable late-night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Ian Lee.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I saw on Twitter that Theresa May hadn't visited the families who lived in that tower block, but I thought it was fake news. I thought it was one of those things that kind of goes around on Twitter. I thought, well, no, she must have died. She went there. And she met the fire brigade. She must have met the people. So I genuinely didn't believe it. I thought it was just spiteful nonsense that was going around, and or that maybe that had been the impression that would come across. But then we'd get to, it would turn out that she had met them, but she'd wanted to do it in private, away from the cameras and so people wouldn't say that it was a photo opportunity. But then you hear on the news, she actually didn't go and meet the people that live in that tower block. I am genuinely blown away by the incompetence of that stupid woman. How dare she not go and sit and have a cup of tea? Go and sit and have a cup of tea. That's what we do. We're British. We go and have a cup of tea. I'm really sorry for your loss. What can the country do to help you? And of course you're going to get one or two people that are going to lay into her when she's there and point the finger and say you lot should have done more about this, and you go, well, yeah, I'm sorry, okay, I'm going to launch a full investigation, lessons will be learned. You do that. She actually didn't go. Can we do this? Can we have a Theresa May sweepstake? Let's do a sweepstake, right? We're going to get a diary, and you're gonna buy a day. You're gonna buy a day. Have I got my diary in my bag? No, I haven't. We'll jot it down on a bit of paper. I want you to pick a day, and we can split the day into AM or PM, okay? So you can have from midnight to midday or from midday to midnight, okay? Of when you think Theresa May is going to stop being the Prime Minister. Catherine, you have to come closer because we can't hear you if you're... we can't hear you.
Did Ed play out the diary thing yet?
No.
All right, don't.
Ed, don't play out the diary thing yet. We're going to give you something else. Let's have a Theresa May sweepstake. When do you think she's going to stop being Prime Minister? Right, it is Thursday the 15th. She can't last till the end of next week, can she? I will go for... is it the 15th today, I think? Or is it the 16th? I'm so confused. 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 20th. I'm going to say Thursday, the morning of Thursday the 22nd. She'll be gone by then. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. It's the Theresa May sweepstake, guys. Let me know when you've sent that thing to Ed, please, so I can throw to it. It's the Theresa May sweepstake, guys. When do you think... I thought David Cameron was the most incompetent Prime Minister. He was lousy. He's the reason that we're screwed, now, and we're leaving Europe. And I hate to tell you guys, leaving Europe is going to screw us. But she's even worse. She's even worse. We'll do that. We'll play that over the coming hours and indeed days. The Theresa May sweepstake. You can't have Thursday the 22nd in the AM because that's mine. And whoever wins gets to become the next Prime Minister. It seems about as much as you need. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you...
Sorry, I'm trying to learn something else on the harp, but it's harder than you think.
You've got a glittery, fairy passage.
Nigel's on the line.
Music. Hello, Nigel.
Hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not well. A bit depressed about the fire, the big fire in the tower block.
It is. It's very sad. It's
very sad, isn't it?
Terribly, terribly sad story. And
I can't believe it after all the
shame on our Prime Minister. Shame on our Prime Minister for not going, shaking some hands and putting her arm around some people and saying, we'll sort this out for you. Shame on her.
But I mean, after the bombing, so close to the bombings and stuff,
Yeah, it's there was only one bombing.
Well, there was 2 or 3 things went on, different things.
There was 2 or 3 things that went on, but I just think we have to be very specific. And you said bombings, and there was only one bombing because we don't want to make it sound worse than it is.
Things and those sort of
the driving things, yes. It does feel like the world has gone.
It does feel
mad.
Like it's the devil doing something, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't feel like it's the devil doing it. No.
Well, it does to me.
No. It just feels like the world's gone a bit mad.
Well, it's all come together at the same in a close time, really, isn't it?
Well,
I think so.
Well, I
mean, what's it going to be next? I mean, it's dreadful.
It might be nothing next.
One bad thing after another, isn't it?
Well, it might. Something bad will happen again, yes, but it might be tonight, or it might be in 6 months.
Did we talk? I spoke to you after the concert, the tribute concert, didn't I?
Yeah, they didn't invite you to play, did they?
No, but I wouldn't. I probably couldn't. My mum's not been well. I couldn't have gone anyway.
Couldn't have gone because your mum's not been well. Yeah, I hope she's all right. What's wrong with her?
Well, she's still got these swollen legs where she can't walk down to the shop and things. She's taken antibiotics to make the sweat, but it's not working at the moment. She's in such a lot of pain all night. I have to stay up all night with her for the last week, actually.
Yeah, well, I hope she gets better.
Well, it doesn't seem to be working at the moment, but I wanted to sing a tribute song for the tower block.
Now, Nigel, as much as I would love to hear a tribute song for the people in the tower block,
and for everything that's happened with the other things as well.
Yeah, it may some people might consider it to be inappropriate.
Well, people have you got doing, songs about the rap songs and things.
I don't know if... is it on you? Have you put it up on YouTube? Because maybe I could have a look at it first before
I haven't done one for YouTube yet, but I'm thinking about doing one for tomorrow.
Do one for YouTube, and then let me know when it's up.
Yeah.
And I'll have a little listen to it first.
Well, it wasn't. It was going to be a song that people know anyway. It wasn't going to be a new song that I've made up.
Oh, you weren't going to... Okay, well, what song were you going to sing?
I was going to do "Smile." That nice.
Oh, well, give us a snatch of "Smile."
Yeah. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is for all the bad things that have happened everywhere. In London, for all the bad things that have happened in London.
Okay.
Okay. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. Though there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your tears and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow your see the sun come shining through. For you just light up your face with gladness, hide any trace of sadness. Oh, the words here may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll see the sun come shining through if you just smile.
Bread. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You're more than welcome to. Well, I tell you what's nice and freeing is I'm in my hotel room doing the show, so I'm kind of relaxed. Catherine's over in the corner editing. Haven't got a screen in front of me, so I don't know what's coming up. I don't know any of this. And it's a joy. It's an absolute joy to feel this relaxed. And it's still light out. I mean, what's the time now? It's 6:10 over here. It's 11 over where you are. We're back Saturday. We get back, we leave early Saturday morning, we get back Saturday night, so we'll be back on the air on Monday, then a busy week next week, and then it's the Eddie Large event that is happening in Portishead. Oh yeah, so I was explaining, someone said, well, why are you doing it? Why are you in New York? Why not? Why not? You know, it seemed like a good idea. I'm paying for it. I've paid for it. I managed to get us a cheap flight. I managed to blag us a cheap hotel. We present a show, and Catherine produces a show where at the moment we have the freedom to do what we want, and we thought, well, let's go to New York and see if we can do a show that's a bit different to what we normally do. Let's just see if we can pack the week full of interviews and experiences and share them with you, dear listener, and hopefully that is coming across. We've got a few more bits and pieces to play you. You'll hear a little audio diary of us in a second when Kath has finished putting that together. And then after midnight, you will get to hear us hanging out with Imani Coppola. And the big album she had, the hit she had, was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I think this month or last month, okay? And I've loved her ever since then. Legend of a Cowgirl was the hit. And I stole that album. I was 97. I was working at FM 103 in Horizon in Milton Keynes. And they had a little room full of CDs. And as long as you weren't too obvious and too frequent, you could go in there and pick out a few CDs and they could fall into your pocket. And one of the CDs I nicked was Imani Coppola's Chupacabra, the album, and I loved it. And then every couple of years I would just rediscover this album and go, oh wow, this is great. And she is honestly she's in my top 5. I was trying to work this out, my top 5 musical entertainers. We're meeting 2 of them today. So we've got the Monkees, we've got the Beach Boys, we've got Imani Coppola and Bare Naked Ladies, and we're meeting Stephen Page tonight. And number 5 would probably be XTC, I think. 0344 499 1000. There's another 45 minutes or so before we go to the Imani stuff. So if you want to give me a call, now will be a good time. We are opening the Theresa May Step Down sweepstakes. We are splitting the days into AM and PM. When do you think Theresa May is going to stop being Prime Minister? So far, I've got Thursday, the 22nd of June in the AM. I reckon it'll be about 11:30. She will step down, and we can all go, well, wasn't she a crap Prime Minister? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Late Nights with Iain Lee, live in New York City on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Evening, Dom. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
It's Dom.
It's Dom. My future TV partner, Newman and Badil, Vic and Bob, Blair and Brown, Risk and Leave. We're going to be famous.
Yeah. No, I want you to apologise to me publicly on Twitter, then I want you to unfollow me, and then I want you to delete your account.
Okay, why?
Because you told me, what was it, the High Line you told me to go and find in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said go and find the High Line in New York, Ian. It's brilliant.
Very good things.
Yeah. So we went and found the High Line. I've got a yellow cab, cost $30 to get there. It's just an abandoned railway.
Yeah.
30 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
That you can walk on.
It's a park.
With some grass. That ain't a park, mate. That's a hairy bridge.
It's a what?
It's a hairy bridge. That's all it was.
It's supposed to be fantastic. It's supposed to look really tranquil. You're walking like a big long park. You've got a hotel where people do rude stuff in the windows. It's supposed to
we couldn't find the hotel with people doing rude stuff in the windows. We'd heard that was a thing, but we couldn't find it.
You need to speak to Greg about that. He would have known.
Honestly, the looks on everyone's faces, right? Everyone walking around, and you could see them going, Did they really tell us to come here? This is rubbish. It was awful, man. Absolutely awful.
I'm sorry, I'll send you a check-in for, it was about 20 quid, is that?
Yes, please. 20 quid, but I want a public apology on Twitter.
I will humbly give you a Twitter apology, but that 20 quid that you spent, right? Don't worry about it. Just take it out of our earnings when we be on the TV together.
When are we on the TV together?
We're doing a TV show together.
What TV show are we doing?
You said ages ago that you've got something lined up for us.
Well, I did have something lined up.
Right.
But I've dropped you from it.
What do you mean?
I've dropped you from it. I've got someone else.
Ian, you can't. I've spent $3,000 on Botox and hair implants. What are you talking about?
Tom, say hello to my new TV double act partner, Paul in Stoke Poges.
I'd love to be your TV partner.
You will be my TV partner, Paul. Dom has gone, and now it's you, Paul.
What TV channel are we going to be on? It's not going to be some. It's not going to be some Jeremy Clarkson thing, is it? Like that.
Yeah, that's a good question now, because I've never even heard of Celebrity Liver Swap.
You've never heard of what?
Celebrity Liver Swap. Have you signed any paperwork? Because he's going to have you under a knife, mate.
I do have to take vitamin B complex tablets.
Well, not the simple ones.
Hey! He got there first, but that's because I'm on a delay. So is Paul. Permanently.
Clearly.
No, Dom was going to co-star with me in a remake of Bread.
Okay, can I say why I know you? Why I think you might not know why you're mentioning bread. That's important.
Sorry.
As your code word.
What?
Ian.
Yeah. What? What?
Who am I speaking to?
What?
Because you were talking about John Lennon and the Dakota building.
I've got no idea where you're going, Paul.
Okay, I'm going somewhere because I have a son. Okay, and I brought him up as a stay-at-home dad for the first 3 years of his life.
Yes.
Okay. Well, when he lived in the Dakota building, John Lennon was a stay-at-home dad for his son Sean. Yes.
Yes.
And when he lived in the Dakota building, he baked his son fresh, homemade every day.
Yes, fresh bread. Yes.
Okay, he baked it and I did that for my son in return because it made peace and love. Because he had the smell of fresh bread every day, which was lovely, and my son enjoyed it every day, and he baked fresh bread every day. So you might not realise...
You're like John Lennon?
No, I just took on board the fact to bring up my son and bring him up in a proper way.
You bake what every day?
Why don't people bake their children some fresh baked homemade bread every day?
Buns, did you say you baked him every day?
Bread.
Cakes?
Bread.
0344 499-1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you are more than welcome to. We've been out and about recording little bits and pieces, trying to capture the noise, because it is a really noisy place. I tell you what, it's a really smoky place. There are lots of smokers going on. I've seen a handful of vapours. London now, when you walk around London, it seems to be mainly vapours and a handful of smokers. Over here, it's in reverse. It's a handful of vapours and mainly smokers. A lot of smoking going on. And I'll be honest, I was walking behind a guy the other day, and he as he breathed out his smoke, I inhaled by coincidence. Oh, it smelled great. Anyway, so we're trying to bring you, Kath and I are trying to bring you the bits and pieces, the smells, the sounds, the sights, the colours, the vibrations, the joy, the fear, the excitement of being in one of the greatest cities in the world, New York. Well, why don't you sit back for a few minutes and enjoy today's audio diary of New York City.
Right, literally we've just stepped out and that banging has stopped. That banging was going on. It felt like all night and all morning, bang, bang, bang. And literally as soon as we step out of the hotel, it stops. Hello, dear listener. This is Iain Lee in New York City. And here's Katherine.
Also in New York City.
We're both tired and grumpy today.
Shut up.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, we're really tired. There's the last few days, as you will have heard, have been very hectic and running around, and we got back quite late last night after seeing the brilliant John Ronson and Maeve Higgins. It is very funny, and no doubt we'll be talking about that in the show. We are off to get a quick breakfast, and then we're travelling to Brooklyn again to see Imani Coppola. So that will be exciting, guys. Anyway, onwards. Right, annoyingly, I've come out. We got these free subway tokens, and we kept getting cabs everywhere, but it's well expensive. So we're going to get the subway today. I think I've worked it out. But I've forgot the subway tokens. So, whatever. And we haven't got time for breakfast. So we are gonna get, I guess, maybe... Morning! I'm gonna get a bagel.
Yeah, I might have a Danish.
Sorry?
Yeah, cheese Danish, I think.
Okay. And a coffee?
Yeah, let's do that.
This is nuclear strength shiz.
Even the subway. You live in Queens, right? Yeah, I live in Queens. That's the part.
There we go. Yeah. Good morning. Can I get like a cheese bagel with cheese in?
Cream cheese.
Whatever that is in there.
That's all with cream cheese.
Beautiful. And a coffee. And what do you want?
Danish.
And a cheese Danish.
Cheese Danish finished.
Finished.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just have one of these in, please.
Which one?
That one.
Okay. And 2 coffees, please, man. Thank you.
Sorry, how you want the coffee?
White, please. White, no sugar.
Both of you?
Yeah.
That's good size?
You sound surprised. That's a great size. Beautiful, beautiful. How much is that dude altogether?
Altogether, that is $6.
Thank you very much. Say that again?
What's he done to the coffee?
I didn't like the idea of putting cream in there or milk or whatever.
Oh.
I don't know. Right, I think we can get over here. Or here, that's fine. I don't really understand this place. We're on the subway. Why have they made it completely different from the London Underground?
Because they're doing it wrong.
They are, and this is the thing. I know we have a lot of influential American listeners. Your subway doesn't make any sense. We went in the wrong entrance, so then we had to leave and go and cross over the road so we could get on the right side. And then it's all letters. I honestly don't know what's going on.
It doesn't say northbound, southbound. No clues whatsoever. You've got to find the name of the stop you want, and in a maze of words.
We're on the Q train. Yeah? And by sheer luck, this is the right train to take us to Imani Coppola's, I think.
Well, we'll soon find out. Or not. Maybe we'll never be found again.
I think this is what Trump means when he says, let's make America great again. He means, let's make the underground system make sense. Okay, so it's lunchtime on... It's Thursday?
Yeah, it's Thursday already.
Okay, I don't know... Oh, God, this week has flown by. Now, we've just been to see Imani Coppola, but you quite probably haven't heard it yet, because this is going to go out in my head on Thursday's show, and Imani will be at the end.
Right, yeah, probably. It gives me extra time to bleep the entire conversation.
So, but we are arguing about something that happened at Imani's house, okay? She told our fortunes using the tarot and a pendulum. Pendulum do...
The tarot and the Idiot's Guide to Tarot that she was referring to. And, yeah, a pendulum. Now...
And I'm just sat here going, now, Kath, did the pendulum say I was going to keep my job at Talk or not? And you went, it's all bullshine.
Yeah, of course it is. It's balls. And
you don't know that it's balls.
Come on.
It swung one way for yes and the other way for no.
Yeah, and I did that when I was pregnant as well, that whole, like...
We shouldn't even be talking about it, because the listener doesn't know what we're talking about. So, this is time travel. So, we have come to... Well, on the outside, it looked like quite a nice diner, but look at the state of those chairs.
I know. It's like there's been a dog in here, and it's got some sort of anxiety problem, and it's decided to take it out on the back of the booth.
All right, someone's inspired by the performances from last night's show. You got very wordy all of a sudden.
Well, no, it's just that I'm also on a little bit, I'm going to be honest, I've just come out of quite a deep state of shock after what happened to us on the subway.
We are, we're on Union Square, and we're going to head to a record shop, Arcade Records, that Amanda Nazario from WFMU recommended to us. So we're going to go and have a look there. Is that David Schwimmer? It's David Schwimmer.
It's not, it's just a man in a suit.
Okay, but he's got an upturned hair and dark eyebrows.
Must be him then, right?
Yeah, we're going to go... Hang on a minute. There's two of them, and there's two of us. We got a table, they got a booth.
He's David Schwimmer, apparently.
It really is a very strange place. Okay, so we're going to have some lunch, which is great, because the breakfast we had today was not satisfying, and then we're off to get some records and to see what adventures we can have. Lunch is done. We've done... This is the first kind of hour we've had where we're not actually rushing around like crazy people. So we've decided to make ourselves rush around like crazy people. This is the only shopping we're doing, is this hour. I went to Banana Republic, nothing. Went to Gap, because there was a jacket I want that they've sold out of in the UK, nothing.
And I cannot even get started on clothes, because I brought loads and there's no room in my suitcase. So just as well, I'm not even going to look. Bought
some cheap sunnies from H&M just because I lost my sunnies. But now, I think, down this street... It's going to be, I think it's called Arcade Records or something. Supposed to be quite a good record store. I reckon... Oh, yeah, look at that. Jedi Karate Summer Day Camp. I'll be up for some of that. So let's see if we can find it. Academy Records, not Arcade Records. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa. Oh, look, there's the Shags in the window. There's the Beach Boys. There's the Sgt. Pepper box set. Okay, we both have to buy at least one thing in here, okay?
Right, okay, it's a deal.
It's a deal. Let's go in. This looks absolutely brilliant. Well, it was good. But we came out empty-handed.
Yeah, I was tempted. There was one called The Many Facets of Roger that spoke to me, but...
You know a lot about Rogering.
Well, exactly. I mean, what can he teach me?
What can he teach? Right, we are going to get a cab, and you're going to do some editing, and I'm going to have a sleep.
I took a picture of Roger.
Oh,
do you want to see?
Roger, look at that. He's got many facets.
So many.
Right, let's see if we can get a cab.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344, we're live now, this is me talking. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You're more than welcome to. Catherine, if you want to take part, you're going to need to get some headphones, and the microphones are down there. Ben's on the line. Evening, Ben.
Evening. Hello,
Ben.
Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hello, Ben. How are you doing?
Not bad, cheers.
Okay, you sound very conspiratorial.
No, not really.
Okay.
What I was phoning you up for was...
Yes?
You're in New York at the moment.
Yes.
And there's this person I'm aware of who lurks the streets of New York.
Right.
Have you heard of him? You may well have done. Matthew Silver.
No.
You haven't?
No.
I will tell you the first paragraph of the About section of his website, right?
Okay, here we go, yes.
My role as a clown, trickster, and village idiot is to parody excessive seriousness by playing with taboos, rules, and social norms.
Right.
My inspiration comes from my heart. I perform for smiles and laughter, loosening people's armour, and opening up a portal for imagination, creativity, and love.
He sounds awful.
Well,
doesn't he sound annoying? What does he do?
He acts like a vague lunatic. But there is something about him which could be considered breakthrough. Is that a term?
I don't know. You're not, Kath, over there on that table there behind the pink thing. You're not telling me anything. I don't. Why are you being so vague? Tell me what he does.
Well, he dances, he sings, and
right.
People.
That's not breakthrough, though.
No, it's not breakthrough. Anyone can dance and sing, I suppose.
Yes,
but it's something about him that just sort of.
Which is?
It triggers something that should be there in everyone.
Mate, you're not. It's triggering frustration in me. You're not saying anything, and I don't know if you're being deliberately obtuse, but you're not. Well, tell. I don't. You're not saying anything about this dude.
Well, he dresses up in tight lycra.
It sounds awful.
With stripes on. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you see, this is...
So it's a bloke in New York wears tight lycra with stripes on and dances. He sounds like an absolute bellend.
Oh, I wouldn't agree with you with on that one.
Well, which bits... I'm trying to find which bit... You've not specified anything that's arch or different or clever or subversive or any of the things you've hinted at.
That's all been done before. He's just adding on it.
Well, but what? Give me something he's adding. Lycra, striped lycra and dancing is not adding anything.
A big beard.
Now you're winding me up.
No, I'm not. Honestly, I thought I've known about him for a little while, and I remembered. Oh, he does the streets of New York. And I thought,
yeah, New York's quite a big place. That's like saying it's like me phoning up someone now, a guest for tomorrow, and they say, yeah, I tell you what, why don't you meet me outside the McDonald's in New York at tea time?
Or like the McDonald's in London.
Yeah, exactly. You're not. This guy sounds like an utter. Have you seen him?
No, I've seen him on videos, not in person. I've never been to America.
You should go to America and you should find this bloke and then you should marry him if you love him so much.
I wouldn't want to do that.
It's legal.
It may be legal, but I would rather tickle his vibe as it breezes through the air next to me.
What?
What? That sounds alright, doesn't it?
Bread. Did anyone else find... What was that bloke on about? That was the most frustrating. I knew from the second he came on and was talking like this, I knew that we were going to have trouble with that fella. What is he talking about? That bloke he was banging on about sounds awful. Kath joins me. Well, you've got... try it now. There you go.
Now.
There we go, you see.
Yeah, that was nuts. Has that been going on the whole time I've been editing?
Oh, jeez, yeah. Matthew Silver. I mean, I don't really like street theatre. We saw two gentlemen today, two mimes. But they were like trying to be... They were like being cats or something. And I was just disgusted by it. I was embarrassed. I felt humiliated, so that says something about me. But I was disgusted by it. I thought it was just bloody awful.
It was shortly after the man on the subway incident, so I wasn't sure whether we were supposed to make eye contact with them or not. I'm just not looking at anyone ever again.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's... have you recovered from the man on the
Just
the train?
about that. It did upset me a lot.
It was scary. It was scary.
But it was a weird reaction at the time. I just froze, and then I felt awful that I didn't do something.
Yeah, I was down on my own. I was a man alone. Just dealing with... But even though I was genuinely... thought there was a very strong chance that he was going to stab me.
I wouldn't have let him stab you.
Shut up, man. You let him humiliate me on a train. I was still getting jokes in when he was saying that me saying underground was BS.
Oh, I was thinking, stop with the jokes.
Underground isn't BS. That was making me laugh. But it was a terrifying moment. Thanks to everyone on the train who jumped in, including one of my best mates, Catherine Boyle. There we go. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Another 20 minutes of time of show in which you can call. And then after that, it's Imani Coppola. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Live from New York City for tonight and tomorrow. Evening, Jim.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Jim. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah.
What you got for us?
I've not been listening. What's been happening? Are you in New York City?
Yeah.
What does it smell like?
Cheese.
Someone once told me it smelt bad. I've not been there, but they said it smelt really bad in the summer, particularly.
Do you base a lot of your judgments on smell?
Well, no, just someone said, in New York City, yeah, it's excellent, but it smells bad in the summer. And I thought,
no, New York doesn't smell
bad in the summer. Yeah, they said the subway starts the sewers start to pong.
No, and that's what's kept you away from New York, is it?
Yeah, for all these years.
The
yeah,
smell.
if I'm honest.
Who told you? Remember, who told
the
you
rumour
about
of the smell?
The rumour.
It was a friend of mine who used to tell a lot of lies, I suppose.
Yeah, fantasist, a smelly fantasist, a
fetishist,
it's a shame.
A pervert. It's a shame because I've been offered to go several times at other people's expense. And I've never gone.
Oh, mate, you've missed that. You've missed that window. No, it smells lovely.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
It smells like dinners at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dinners?
Yeah, it's dinner time.
Dinners.
Right. I watched Taxi Driver. Is it Taxi Driver that's set in New York?
That's one of them, yeah.
It seemed very sleazy.
Yeah, that's a film. That's a film.
It's not like that, then? It's not.
No, that's a film from about 1972, so no, it's... I mean, I imagine as well that another reason you've not come is because you've seen the documentary Escape from New York, about when New York was a prison.
I have seen that.
It's not a prison anymore. They're not holding the president hostage anymore, and Kurt Russell hasn't got a poison or bomb inside him. I can't remember which it is.
So what's Cloverfield, then, if it's...
That's about bread. Jeez, what is going on? I don't know what's happened, guys. Can someone fill me in? Did they legalise marijuana, or did they follow my plan to put LSD into the water supply? Because all of the callers tonight have been absolutely whack jobs.
They're in a very silly mood, is all I can say.
Any other callers, Ed?
Yes, I was just about to do my little entrance thing. Which we
we can skip that now. I think.
Okay.
You're
Since I'm here, it's Paul in Liverpool.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, Ian. I was starting to think that New York had become very gentle and very easy on the on your life and on your nerves, and then you got on that train to Brooklyn, and it seemed to jar you, But that's a New York experience.
Yeah, I know, and it happened, and it was terrifying, and it's a rarity, I don't want it. I mean, it does happen from time to time, and it happened to me, and part of me was thinking, well, do we play it out? But we want to be honest this week, we want to honestly document our week, and this happened, and it had a big emotional impact on both of us, and once it was pointed out to us that, we would see schizophrenics and severely mentally ill people on the underground, we saw them. We saw these poor damaged souls that don't have the care that they need and they deserve.
When I was in New York in the 1980s, there was a real problem with mugging. There was this sort of crack cocaine stuff, and I was approached by two muggers, but I'd lived in Brixton in London, so I got used to mugging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so but the American muggers have guns, don't they?
Well, they didn't, because apparently the two guys who approached me claimed they'd just been released from prison. They just wanted money to get home, But I don't give money to people with their hard luck stories. I'm just not. I wasn't born yesterday. You know what I mean? Here.
Well, hang on a minute. Was it a hard luck story or was it a mugging? Because a hard luck story is, hey brother, can you help me? I need a few quid to get somewhere. A mugging is, give me your money or I'm going to smash your face in, mofo.
Started off as a hard luck story. When he realised that I wasn't taking it, he started to threaten me. But I'm a capable guy. I don't get intimidated easily.
You're a tough scouser. If you're going to pick anybody to mug, don't pick a tough scouser.
Well, I lived in this house in Brixton, and there's 6 of us lived in this house. It was a big house. 5 of the 6 got mugged at knife point. I was the only one who never got mugged in the house. And I wore that as a badge of honour for years, Ian. I survived the Brixton experience. But I was going to say to you...
Yes, sir.
That, all these food programmes on TV...
Unfortunately, I do, yes.
People are bored of them, and they're finished now. That trend is drawn to a halt.
Yeah.
And apparently they're getting back into travel programs now. Travel is back in, it's fashionable. And you seem to be really excited just to be out of England, just to be in America, just to be experiencing a different culture. You are a travel guy. You should be making travel programs.
Hey!
Get out there, man.
Get and do I thought that travel programs had their time, because in the 70s, right, and 80s... Alan Wicker, and who was the orange? Judith Chalmers. They kind of owned it, going all around the world, and it was a novelty because holidays, the package holiday kind of came in the mid to late 70s. But going abroad was and seeing, Japan and America and stuff was. It was a novelty, but now I thought everyone was sick to death of it, because we all know that Japanese people get beer from vending machines, and that Americans have guns, and we all know that stuff now. So people don't want any more of that, do they? Is that where it's going?
It's cyclically, I mean, it's gone out of fashion, but the world's changed, you see. The world's moved on. And people are going to these places that they thought were familiar, and they've changed. Changed dramatically, I'm sure New York's changed dramatically from the 1980s. And the travel producers now, they're discovering new things. I mean, one of the things is there's some amazing hotels around the world now, but there's a lot of things change, and people like to see that change. Now, I want to send you, Ian, on a trip across America.
You paying for it?
I'll buy you the Greyhound bus ticket.
Hey, but that's a start, Paul. That's more than we got from our bosses for this one. That's a start, brother. I'll take you up on that.
And a little backpack to put your stuff in.
Well, we'll make sure I put a loaf of bread in there. Thank you, Paul. That's a start.
Nice.
Greyhound bus ticket.
Yeah.
Can you go on Google and find out how much a Greyhound bus ticket from New York to LA would cost, please?
Let's have a look.
And maybe Paul can just send us the cheque. We'll do that.
Is it just you, or am I?
Just me, I think. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call.
Hello, Ian.
Hello.
A couple of things for you.
Yes,
you'll need this number, 5755.
Thank you. That's the code for the pass. That's the password for the safe in here. Thank you, sir. Yes.
So you now should be able to get out all the gold. And Freddie is on the line.
Hello, Freddie.
Hello, mate. You all right? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing, fella?
Excellent. Listen, I'm going to New York, to the States on a Friday, funny enough.
Oh, fantastic. What are you going for?
I'm going to Coney Island.
Well, we were on the Q train today, which, had we stayed on the Q train, would have taken us to Coney Island.
Oh, you should have gone, mate. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to buy it and turn it into a farm.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to keep keeping pigs on it.
Go on.
I might grow a bit of weed, I don't know yet.
Okay.
You going to come round for a barbie when it's sorted?
You're going to turn Coney... Hang on a sec. I was waiting for the punchline.
No, I'm deadly serious, mate.
You're going to turn Coney Island into a farm with pigs and sheep and weed?
Yeah, I'm going to grow some weed, definitely. You got to have weed.
Might as well. You might as well.
I'm going to make me money to feed the animals.
Exactly. We'll feed them the weed.
No, but that nothing to get high on.
Oh, well, then you eat the bacon. The bacon will get you high.
I'll go and eat bacon.
Oh. Lamb?
Oh, I like a bit of lamb, yeah. I do like a bit of lamb.
Well, then feed the wheat, feed the
lamb.
lamb.
You was on about the music. You had some right plums choosing tunes, mate. I've got to tell you that.
Where?
Honestly.
What do you mean we have some right plums choosing tunes?
Yeah, some right plums that were choosing the tunes. I was going to ring in, but I lost the plot.
What tunes?
Huh?
Yeah.
Right, I've got to go. See you later. Hey, meet me in Coney, all right? Ta-da.
Okay. And guys, I'm so glad that Freddie called in, because that's a real example of why you shouldn't do drugs. You too could become a Freddie. Okay, how much is this Greyhound bus ticket going to cost?
Starts at about, I think we're looking about $270 to start.
$270. Nice one, Paul, mate. Thank you. If you send me a cheque, let's call it 230 quid. Send me a cheque and I'll get that sorted. How long does the bus take to go from New York to LA? What's the
trajectory?
I'm going to say 3 days. Imagine being on a bus. I've been on a bus for like 8 hours, and that was hard work. 3 days, though?
3 days, yeah.
Is it 3 days?
68 hours, 25 minutes. 2 transfers and that as well.
Swear! That is going to be awful.
Yeah, so you'd leave here 11 p.m.
Yeah.
And you'd arrive in Los Angeles, California in 3 days at 4:25 p.m.
Thank you, Paul. If you're paying for it, though, buddy, I'll do it. Of course I'll do it. It would be my absolute pleasure. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. We just had confirmation about half an hour ago. We're going to John Ronson's house tomorrow morning to hang out with him.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I am as well. I'm excited because he's got lots to talk about. He's got his new podcast, The Butterfly Effect, his new film, which now, because I've seen him tweet about this film, about the pig.
Yeah, I thought it was called OK Yeah, but it's Okja.
Well, this is what I was unable to pronounce it, and recently I had decided in my head that it would be OK Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said it last night.
Okja.
Okja, is that what he said?
Yeah, about an enormous pig, a pig the size of an elephant.
It looks good. He's getting a load of flack because it's going straight to Netflix, and loads of purists and snobs are saying Netflix are killing the movies, and he's saying, well, yeah, but there was an article and it listed that film as one of the reasons why cinema, because Netflix. And he said, no. That film wouldn't have got made without Netflix. Netflix have put in the tens of millions of dollars to make that film. It wouldn't exist without it. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's always nice seeing John Ronson because he is even more insecure and self-deprecating than I am.
I think he's lovely. When we went to see him yesterday, he scurried, didn't he, from the enclosed area to the loo and then back to the enclosed area. And
he hid behind that red curtain, as I would do. But it was a good night, wasn't it? It was a really good night. This is the joy of going... it's miles away from where we are. But this tiny little venue, the Union Hall in Brooklyn, and it was absolutely... Was it 100 people it held?
Yeah, it was the sort of place that we would love for the rabbit hole. It'd be great.
Yeah.
But it was lovely, and it was nice to see someone doing something a bit different. It was about stories. There was 2 stand-ups, proper comedians, and one woman who was just reading kind of an article she'd written
about the sponge.
And then there was another guy who was reading, telling us about his book, which was about puns.
Yeah. It was good. It was nice. It was interesting as well. You're right. It was 4 turns, and John doing a bit, and Maeve doing a bit. And when we've done the performance ring, and I'm just starting to get a little bit of a hankering for doing another performance ring after last night. We'll get like 12, 15 turns on.
Yeah, maybe too many.
Maybe too many. But did you not feel last night, we could do a performance ring?
I find it really reassuring when someone is doing something that's similar to us but different enough to be inspiring.
And now we have the technology. Now that we record live stuff, maybe we record a performance ring and put it out on the radio as an hour. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. But this week, seeing last night, going to Imani's, going to WFMU and meeting, and so many of you said you loved Irwin. So many tweets about Irwin yesterday. He's coming on again, guys. I'm emailing him. He ain't getting rid of me, I'm afraid. And Amanda, of course, and Maeve, and Keith and the girl. I found it so. I want to do stuff. I've got some ideas for a couple of silly little short films. Watching Tim and Eric has made me realise you can do a sketch show and it only has to be 11 minutes long. I can do that. I don't know how you make any money out of any of these things. That's the question. But
you know what? None of the people we've met have talked about that.
No,
and I don't think they are making loads of money out of it.
Well, yeah, I've got kids and a mortgage.
Yeah,
that's always the thing. Edmundo, any calls? Screw those losers if not.
No calls at the moment.
No, we've had plenty tonight. Actually, it's been really, really busy tonight. While we're in America, you are welcome to call us. Don't call for the next hour because it's the interview. It's the big interview with Imani Coppola. But tomorrow tomorrow we'll hopefully have Stephen Page, if we can grab him for a few minutes to talk to. John Ronson, definitely. And maybe we'll put together a little look back at some of the highlights of the week. That means you, Catherine.
I know.
Doing some work.
Well, the main task this week, and it's all been really good fun, but I just have to be really careful with Imani. I think I got all the swears, Ed, but as I say, stand by your bunks, please, when it's going out.
Yes.
My finger will be hovering for the next hour.
But she's very, very funny, very charming, filthy, rude, potty-mouthed, and hilarious. And so honest, you will never... if you do interviews, the stuff she was telling us was incredible. But I love her. I think she's honestly one of the most talented souls that I've ever had the pleasure to meet. Loads of this stuff is going out as podcasts as well, and we might put some extra stuff out next week. I know that we did a little tour of WFMU yesterday that we'll kind of maybe tighten up a little bit, and that will be a standalone podcast. But you don't forget, if you go to iTunes, type in Iain Lee Talk Radio or your usual podcast providers, you can get all of the best bits of this week in New York. You are listening to Late Nights with Iain Lee, live from New York City on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Do stay tuned, because we spent an hour in the company of one of my favourite people in the entire world. What a thrill. I love her so much. Coming up after the news from New York City, it's Imani Coppola.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Here's a message from the Haters Club, dedicated to the one I love. I've been cursed by your wicked kiss. Once felt, it's forever missed, forever missed. I'm a member of the Haters Club, and I'm hating every minute of me without you, you without me. Give me some of that misery, that misery. I'm a high hater. I run with the best like Darth Vader and the Witch of the West, poisoning apples to make you ill, like Cruella de Vil. I'll set you up for the kill. It's such a twisted state of bliss, indulging in such hatefulness. I just need a prequel to redeem my evil, 'cause I wasn't always like this, like this. Seeing couples hand in hand makes it hard for me to understand. Me without you, you without
think this is our stop. I think.
Well, I think this is the best chance we've got.
And apart from almost getting murdered by a loony, that was quite a nice... I enjoyed that journey.
Yeah, give me half an hour and I'll tell you exactly how.
Come on, let's go and get a strong gin. Okay, so I think this is it. So we are looking for East 17th Street, East 18th Street, East 17th Street. Okay, down there. Hey, I might have, by luck, navigated the train system. Well, this is it. It's down here somewhere. It's that block there. Oh my God, we're actually at Imani Coppola's block. Here we go. Actually terrified.
Well, I'm not after experiencing real terror about 10 minutes ago.
Right. So, now, you have to enter the code. Welcome to the press extension. That didn't work. Press extension. All right.
Extension number.
1. Hey, come in. Where do we go? There we go. Hello, hello. Uh-oh. I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, it's so cool to see you.
Hey, Mike. Hello.
We nearly got killed on the train.
Yeah, good. New York experience.
I made eye contact with someone.
What?
There was a guy shouting, so I made eye contact with him to humanise him.
Schizophrenic. You don't make eye contact with a schizophrenic.
I was trying to humanise him.
Oh no!
I was expressing.
Go back home.
Oh God!
No. You get up and you just, dude. I get it. I get where you're coming from. I used to. When you're new, you feel like you could kill people here. No way. No.
That when he's in my face going, you think you're scared now? I'll show you scared.
No.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
The best thing to do is just ignore them.
And now you tell me.
I'm sorry.
He's like,
that's maybe. That's maybe. And she's a bird. She wants to hunt. Oh, she's gonna ignore you right now.
Ignore me?
She's
Are you on the prowl? Oh, hello. Are you on the prowl, darling? Is there a little
I was
bird
walking
there?
up and down going, no one even looks at me, all I want is an encouraging word. Why can't you get any stuff right there?
That's why you did it.
Well, I made eye contact, but then he just said, how grateful are you? And I said, I'm grateful. You don't sound grateful.
You don't know what gratitude is.
When is this airing so I can try and promote it?
I want to capture you in your native surroundings.
Okay. Alright, well, here you are.
Why are you putting batteries into your stereo?
Well, I'm setting up for a video shoot this Saturday at Coney Island.
Yeah.
So I need to bust out the boombox.
Okay.
I have to burn a CD.
Wow.
I have to utilize my CD burner. And I'm shooting a video for my album that's coming out soon.
Now, the one that came out? Which one?
It's coming out again.
It's coming out again! It was so successful the first time.
Sure, right. No, it's coming out
I'm going to come closer, but I can hear you.
It's coming out on iTunes. And so I partnered with Faction, and we're doing a pledge campaign in Cobalt.
Yeah.
And, everyone's just 3 companies, and there's still no money. I forgot! I need to bleep! I need to bleep!
Every time we say she has to do extra work, so it's fine.
I want to do the bleep, I want to try it out. So, 3 bleeping companies, and nobody has money. So we got to do pledge campaign, and, music is free nowadays.
Of course, yes.
So artists have to make other bleeps.
Yeah.
Bleep. Like SH bleep T.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be faster if she just bleeps it out.
Totally.
All right, so I'll stop doing the batter thing. So artists have to do other things, and I made a ton of art.
I saw this. You've been
ton
doing
of
this,
pillows. This has just been a workshop. Like I stopped. That's where I do my music, in that room over there, that sad room that has my bike in it and like a cart and storage.
Clear everything out there and go and record another album.
I'm like, I need to put some energy into that room. I think I need to clean it up. I do want to do another album.
Because didn't you say on Facebook?
But I'm backed up. I got to get this one out first.
You said on
Properly.
Facebook,
It's
I'm not
even on iTunes.
I'm not a musician anymore.
Oh, come on. What if people believe anything I say, ever? I was like, I quit the music industry. Well, guess what? The music industry quit me. I didn't have to do that. And it's all good for an artist to take a break and do something else with their creative talents.
Your apartment has been an artist space.
I was up very late last night scrubbing paint off the floors. So I was like, I got company tomorrow. Let me take the paintings off the couch and see if I have 2 cups. So that was the project for last night. This whole thing was a drop cloth and paint everywhere, and so I was.
But these are amazing. I mean, genuinely amazing.
Thanks.
How long does it take you to do that one?
It's weird. The only thing that really takes time is you got to wait for the paint to dry to apply another layer.
Yeah.
But when I was first doing it, I was so like, I want to see results. So I would not allow the paint to dry, and I would have to just work with the mess that I would. Yeah. But that was like a different technique. I don't think that's the best technique. I think you're going to feel very frustrated and waste a lot of canvas that way and come up with a lot of things that look like poop on a canvas. And there are plenty of those in the other room.
Can we go into the music room? Are we allowed?
Of course you're allowed, but it's got a sad vibe in there.
Oh.
Here we go. Dusty instruments, a bike.
Gosh. We are here in the historic recording studio, unopened for years. This is awesome, though.
Thanks. Yeah, I record. Well, I mean, I haven't lived here for many years, but I did record most of the Hypocrites vocals in this room.
Did you really?
And then I brought them to the. Yeah, a lot of the beats were made here.
Wow.
I sing commercials here. I don't really go to studios, and people just send me their sessions, and this is where it all happens. I've had this mic since forever. This is the only mic I've ever used on my vocals.
Your lucky mic?
I don't know what it is. I like this mic. I mean, it's not the most expensive mic, but I like it.
I'm reminded, we had a listener asked a question. They want to know about your harmonies, how you go about doing it and thinking about it and putting them together.
Who does?
Just one of the listeners. I don't remember their names. Let's say he was called Ed. I don't know what his name was, but let's say
Let's not call him Ed.
Okay.
Because the last time my friend Ed stayed here, he left with a frickin' amp and a guitar.
Ed the Thief.
It's so weird that you called him Ed.
Isn't it?
Ed's vibe. This is why I stopped writing music.
This is a very
I felt
dark
a violation.
world. Yeah.
Like I let him stay here. I let him use my freaking Pro Tools. I was in Asia. This was right after I talked to you.
Yeah.
And then I was violated. My friend robbed me.
Where is Ed? Where is he now?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. He disappeared. Yeah, messed up.
Ed, we're gonna kick your ass.
All right. I'm not gonna say his last name because that would be really messed up.
Yeah.
Ed. That is his first name, though.
Okay, well, let's say the questioner was called John.
Right, the harmonies.
John.
Okay, so where do they come from?
Well, I didn't understand it. I just said I'd ask it to be polite.
Like the rainbow has a certain amount of colors. You don't ask where those colors come from. The harmonies, they already existed.
But when you're backing vocals, you just have them in your head. I don't know. It's not my question. Let's not.
I get it. I'm not. This is not an attitude. This is not an attitude.
We've got to a very bad start. This is not going as I thought it would.
No, I'm actually in a good mood today, and I'm so freaking glad.
You're not on your period or anything.
Nope. Next week, you got me in a good headspace.
This is why we booked it this week. It was in my calendar.
But I was not prepared for this. This is such a rudimentary musical question. Yeah. How do you find harmonies? You just listen without
prejudice.
Insinuating any, you just listen in your mind without singing out loud. And then obviously you get on the mic and see what works. I try to be creative with my harmonies and go in different places and not obvious places, not like cliche. I want to challenge people. I want to bring music to another place, another level, and my favorite music that I listen to, obviously, the Beatles killed it with the frickin' harmonies. Obviously, that's a major inspiration. But But also my orchestral background, and
of course.
and all of the parts and the symphonic orchestra. That was just, this was my morning for like 12 years. Was my formative years was orchestral harmonies and counterpoint, and so this is, I apply this to all of my background.
So it's just like breathing. You kind of, it's there now.
Oh, bleeping.
Not like bleeping. That is not second nature to you at all. This is cool. I love this room, man.
You want to ride my bike?
Yeah, I do want to ride your bike.
You should go to the park.
I want to ride your bike more than I wanted to ride any other bike in my life.
Actually, it needs to be tuned up. But it is quite stuffy in here.
It is.
You still want to hang out. This room makes you feel comfortable because of the sound isolation that's falling off the ceiling, right?
You know that my listeners love you, like properly love you.
You know what? I am a big. it's so nice to like actually have a conversation with you and meet you in real life. I'm a big fan of you.
Wow.
I like what you do. I like how you lose it sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
I'm a big fan of that. I do that too, and it's not coming from. It's all coming from a place of love.
Yes.
I never felt like it was coming from a place of hatred or malicious.
Yeah.
Because you're evil. I get it. It's coming from a place of
Generally
love.
it is. Sometimes, well, when the anger comes out, the anger's real. You can't fake
but
that.
that's also love.
Yeah.
It's because something is like upsetting you, and it's not resonating with. Maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Maybe he's a big bleep.
I can be. Well, you ask Kath. Kath?
I don't think you're a big bleep.
See what you've done there, trying to be clever. I got you.
Yeah, and you gave me extra work, so thanks very much, friend.
Yesterday was kinda like the 4th of July. The way your face lit up the entire sky. Had to look away because it hurt my eyes. The way you hit me was a big surprise. Yesterday I really didn't know what to say. I wasn't making any sense, but I felt okay. Ask you if it was my birthday. This kind of thing don't happen every day. I didn't think an angel would get in my way. I didn't think an angel would get in my way. Yesterday I felt just like a child, a little curious, a little wild. Live in the moment and you'll never go out of style. You know it's really been a while. I didn't think an angel would get in my way. Let me tell you, excuse me, won't you step aside? I don't got a room for you in my life. I don't got the patience to love again. I don't got the guts to keep you as a
move out of the music because you're getting
it's
uncomfortable.
Hot in here.
It is getting hot.
Freaking hot. Maybe that's another reason I'm not in there.
You got an exhibition this week.
Oh yeah, I'm doing this thing for a benefit for child trafficking. I mean, to stop it.
To stop it, not to encourage it.
No.
So
I mean, that's the worst thing you could do to a frickin' human on the planet is screw a child.
Yeah.
What the people? What the
You're preaching to the converted. We are both against. I can say this. I think I can speak for Kath. I think we are against child trafficking and paedophilia. I think we can, hand on heart, say we are both anti those things.
Of course. And guess what? Most people are. So that's what I'm doing.
Unfortunately, some aren't. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah. Oh, those mother... Oh, there's a place in hell. There's a specific place in hell, and they will be sodomized. You know, it's mostly men, right?
Yeah, mainly, yeah.
Hot devil just wham, 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 wham for all of eternity. Oh, you. That's happening tomorrow. Do you need an address?
The exhibition is happening, not the devil ramming his... No, that's not him. I've got the address. It's on Facebook.
Oh,
We're going to try and come for the last hour.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Just really cool. Nothing more than that.
Okay. It's a little bit disappointed. And what will you tell me? What you're going to be displaying? What are your works of art going to be?
Choosing them last night. It's hard to choose art. You know, it's like I got tons of crap on canvas and that.
I like the elephant ones. I like them all.
You know,
You don't like them?
They annoyed me.
Why?
To be honest, like, I made another one because someone really wanted to buy it. And I was like, oh, and then everyone wanted to buy it. And I was like, well, maybe I should make more elephants. Yeah. And then nobody wanted to buy it. So now I'm freaking, I got...
with elephants.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one.
Yes.
I call this one, If I Throw a Fit, Will You Catch It?
Oh.
This one is called Allegro in flat B's.
Yeah.
Because it looks like happiness with a bunch of B's. You know, Allegro and B flat would be the traditional classical.
I
get it? Okay.
Get the reference now that you've explained it to me and clarified.
This one is called vagina when it's functional, when it's sexual, when it's biological, and when it's personal. So, bleep what it's bleep it. Yeah.
You can leave about 2
Right, folks, you could go on Instagram to figure out what that one is. And this one is called I Swear to God. And it's,
I love it.
It's just, you know, it's someone who's just fed up. Just, I swear to God.
Are you frustrated?
Always.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, but why are you frustrated?
Well, I get my period every 28 days, and that I have a problem with God. Why God? Why women? All the pain, all the suffering, and it doesn't stop. Then you got to freaking... my cat is hunting.
Your cat is behind the window being taunted by a sparrow.
So, like, fundamental basic issues, I don't think every woman has it as bad as I do, and it really kind of alienates me, because no one really understands that I become a psychopath, and there's nothing I can do about it for 7 days, every month, 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a problem. That's a frustration, because that's not going to go away. And then menopause is going to hit, and it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
There's no relief. So that's frustration. Also, you know, the world has gotten very, very dumb. Like, dumb
The world is weird at the moment.
Stupidity is trending.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do to stop it. All I could do is be aware of it, and I don't want to sound like a yoga idiot, like, practice awareness and mindfulness. No, I want to actually just get out there and just, like, when you walk on the street here and everyone's staring at their phone, that is a major... It is just so depressing. You're on the subway platform, everyone's just robotic.
Yeah.
I want to teach people. This is not healthy. This is not ultimately going to lead to a better, a better human race. This is the demise of the human race.
Stage of evolution.
This is bad. I don't want to be a part of this planet then. That's scary. Or I would like to remove myself from this society if that's where we're going. It's sad. I mean, New York City's already a hardcore place. Now you got people... You know, I go to the park, I could get women used to get raped. They don't get raped anymore because people are looking at their phones. They don't give a shit. I'm not.
Are you saying? Hang on a minute. I'm confused by this.
It's supposed to be a joke. That's a joke. I don't think the world is ready for my sense of humor, but.
Thought of doing stand-up?
I've considered it, but I have a nerve condition now. I've done some serious nerve damage with excessive drinking from self-medicating my depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, it's not medical, but I just have so much social anxiety. I don't know if it's because I hate people and I don't really want to give them joy, or it's just what happens to me, like, prior to any sort of performance situation.
What is it, doubt? Is it self-loathing?
It's
fear?
No, it's just chemically I get so anxious and tense. And obviously...
Are you clicking your knuckles?
Yeah, I'm getting tense just thinking about it. Like, the thought of playing live, it is like the most uneasy thing. And
Even doing music? Doing music in front of an audience makes you uncomfortable now?
Hell yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the saddest thing.
It happens, man. It's like post-traumatic stress disorder. I was really thrust out there pretty freaking early, prematurely.
How old were you when...
My first show with a band, I had never played with a band before. It wasn't hard for me then.
Yeah.
I wasn't alone all the time, living alone. I had a big family. It was always a performance. It was very easy for me to get in front of people. But living alone for 10 years and having, like, no sort of routine, like, where you are seeing people on...
You've gone nuts. Are you saying you've gone nuts?
Completely. And you don't... You're not worried about your performance. You're just worried about acting normal in front of people and how they're going to perceive you. And I think this unreasonable fear of being judged has kind of taken over, you know? But I think I could fix that. I'm working on that.
What, am I allowed to ask what you're doing to fix it?
I'm abstaining from alcohol, and I'm trying to, like,
how long's that been?
Reel in the truth. Well, I'm experimenting with it. I went 7 days first time, then I went 8 days, fell off the wagon. You know, something annoyed me. Maybe it was my period. Maybe it was New York City driving me nuts. But I didn't have, like, a coping mechanism or any sort of support system, and I'm not really one to go to a meeting because they're just a bunch of people I probably want to party with. You know?
You get some good stories in the meetings. You get some...
Oh yeah, no, it's great. It's very entertaining.
But are you saying you're an alcoholic, or that you just want to? You're not an alcoholic, but you just want to curb it a bit?
No, I'm saying that there is definitely addiction issues in my family. That's in my DNA.
Oh, okay, right.
I have alcoholic tendencies. I'm not one who's like, I need a drink, and my hands are shaking and I'm having seizures. It's not like that. But when I do drink, it's to excess.
Yeah.
And I do it privately. I mean, I won't drink like that in public, but privately, I go all out, and it's scary. And there have been a few scary moments last summer, that, like, blackout moments where I woke up with a hole in my face and had to go to the emergency room for stitches.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's scary, but that didn't stop me. And that was like, yo, you really need to get this in check.
Yeah.
And for now, it's just abstaining completely, and it's hard.
It is hard. I haven't had a drink or a drug for 12 years, nearly 13 years.
What?
I haven't had any. No.
Good for you.
But the other day I said, I could murder a beer. Just a beer.
Was it in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. New York is like, it's so tolerated, alcoholism here, because it's such a high, intense, compressed, high-pressure environment, and people need that quick, relief. It's crazy. You had an interaction with the schizophrenic on the train.
That was actually terrifying.
I would have been wasted if that happened to me. I would have came home, went to the deli, sat in my kitchen, chain smoke, and drank, and just like pulled.
What we'll do now is we're going to find a record shop, and that will come out and buying loads of CDs and records. That will be my thing.
Oh, interesting.
So it's a bit more positive than.
Yeah.
But you're comfortable.
As long as you have the money.
Well, that's another thing. You're comfortable showing your art, though. You don't get the same anxiety from displaying that.
The thing about art, sobriety and art do not go together. It is boring as standing there sober next to your paintings while everyone else is getting faced around you.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out how I'm going to get through this stuff and make it interesting for me. I mean, how many times can you go around the room and look at everyone's art,
We had a caller once on a show I did years ago. We were talking about art, and his criteria for art was, he didn't care what it looked like or who the artist was. He would go into a shop and go, I want a piece of art about this big, and that was his criteria, and I think the size is important.
Yeah, I guess. A lot of people are purchasing art to accommodate and complement certain things in their living room space, you know? It's a little insulting.
Yeah.
It's,
of course it is. Well,
right.
It's like wallpaper.
But I get it, man. You learn how to accommodate in the music industry if you're working like commercials and stuff. You just get over that part of your ego. And I don't even know if that's a healthy thing for an artist to actually experience. I think that kind of messed me up as well.
You're doing a video shoot, though, this week, today, tomorrow?
Saturday, yeah.
For which song?
It's called Just Feels Good. You like that song?
Yeah, you sent it to me. Yeah.
You know, it's accessible.
Pop?
It's pop.
Nothing
It's a feel-good song. I dig it. And it actually puts me in a better mood for the duration of the time I'm listening to it. And then
My two boys, who are 7 and 5, love Raindrops from the Sun, of course.
Oh.
They ask for that a lot in the car. They like Shouting Out the Haze, and they also like FaceTime Continuum because the lady who sings it sounds like a scary robot. So, you can put that on the CD if you want. You can put that on there.
Oh my god, that's so funny. First of all, because that song, I imagine myself in my head, I think I'm a man in that character.
Yeah.
I don't even. But a scary female robot
that's you.
is actually what I am in that song.
Yeah.
If you take out like the mental illness.
Very niche market, but it works. I love the album. I love it.
Thank you.
It's just, honestly, Kath will tell you this. Coming here to hang out with you today for all day, no, just for an hour.
You're sleeping over.
Yeah, it's like it is like meeting a Beatle, and I know you won't hear that, but honestly, because
shut up.
No, I'm not going to shut up, Imani Coppola.
You're not going to shut up.
But I've all week I've been like, I'm terrified of meeting her. Because you're quite scary. You are quite scary.
I know. Like, I scare myself.
Really?
I can't imagine what other people are like.
Because I think you're brilliant. I genuinely think you're brilliant. You're one of my favourite. You're in my top 5.
But what scares you? Like, I'm not going to hurt you physically. I'm not going to yell at you. I don't have any reason to. What scares you exactly?
The bad language. That scares me. I don't know what scares me. It's mainly just, that thing of genuinely, I think you're brilliant. And I thought you were brilliant since the first album, and then I kind of lost track for a bit. And then a few years ago, went on a binge and bought all your stuff again. It was like, she's one of the greatest.
At that time, I got a lot of new shoes from that one moment.
That money came to
No.
It is, I think you're brilliant.
Shoes, I don't know why I said that.
Because you like shoes.
Well, I guess, I had a phase. I don't give a flying F about fashion anymore. I used to. I appreciate it. But now all of my extra money, which is extra in quotes, sorry I had to do that physically, but it goes to art. Yeah. It's another freaking expensive habit. Now I got music, now I got art, and it's like, no more shoes for Imani.
We'll send you shoes. We'll have a charity fundraiser in London. But if you've got any spare shoes,
just send me shoes.
They'll be second hand. They'll be like dead men's shoes.
All right,
things.
yeah,
that'll be fine. We can sort that out. Can we have some water now? Can we have our water?
Yeah.
All right.
Have your water.
Kath, can you hold this digital recorder? Imani,
I think I've been trained to do so.
Just handed me.
Oh, we can have some fun with this too. This is a pendulum.
Uh-oh.
You could basically ask it yes or no questions.
Oh man!
And if it goes right, it's yes, and if it goes no, it's no.
This is awesome. Right.
Wait, what did I just say? If it goes no, it's no. No, if it goes left, it's no.
I've shuffled the tarot deck. Am I just picking a card?
Here, let me spread the deck out.
Oh, okay. I can see the one I want.
Wait, you want to feel it? You want to feel it first? Not that you should second guess. Just pick it. If this is the one.
This is the one that's speaking.
All right,
to me.
this is the one.
Do I show it to you?
Of course. This isn't a magic trick. Oh wow, strength. Okay. Well, strength is a good card. It's a major arcana, and I definitely think that it's something that is a characteristic of yours, especially.
You are consulting a well-thumbed tarot book.
Have you seen what it's called?
What's it called? Tarot for Dummies.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. The Complete Idiot's Guide
Beautiful.
for Tarot. It's great. It's thorough.
Beautiful.
These books are fantastic. Okay. Upright meaning. We need strength and courage to face our fears. And because love is always stronger than fear or hate, the ability to develop courage despite overwhelming odds is an outgrowth of love. Facing your fears can in turn help you evolve. As you free yourself from your fears, you become freer to do more with your life. Strength Upright is all about unconditional love and understanding. The woman of strength doesn't need physical force to make her point, and neither do you. Like her, you have inner strength already. This card reminds you to use it. So...
That's a good card.
It's a fantastic card.
Beautiful.
And I don't know if it applies to anything that you're currently going through right now. I mean, New York is a hard... You got to be strong.
A man nearly killed me on a train.
Yes, that is insane.
No, that's good. That's brilliant. Thank you.
And you tried to heal him with your unconditional love. He was asking for eye contact, and you actually gave him, and because you didn't know, because you're not from New York, that you should not ever give a schizophrenic eye contact.
Now she tells me.
But you were being strong, and this is definitely, this card totally pertains to that. Okay, so here we go. You should shuffle them first.
Oh, I'm not very good at shuffling them.
Well, it's kind of just a,
You pull out a card, a crap shuffler.
Just put your energy. You could really just hold your hands on the deck. Just put your energy in there.
Right, and I'm just going to squidge them up.
This is playing Uno with Kath is a nightmare.
Shut up. But I win.
Well, yeah. There we go.
Right, there we go. Which one?
Oh. Well, that's for you to pick. So here, let's just trade.
That one. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Oh, wow. Okay,
What
it
is that?
looked like you wanted to put it back in the deck. This is the Seven of Swords, and it's a scary-looking card. It's a woman who is standing underneath seven swords, pointing down at her like she is about to be punctured by them.
Yep.
Is this something going on? Obviously, there's something going on in your life.
Wow, look at this.
All right, sneaky. Here we go. This is a pretty literal card. It shows a man sneaking away with 5 of the 7 swords. Okay, this meaning is not pertaining to this particular deck, so the imagery is not going to be the same. However, the definition of the card is the same. Where the hell was I? Okay. When the Seven of Swords appears, things might not work out the way you've planned. It's possible that someone is being deceptive or stealing away with something that's important to you. Unreliability can be indicated, or that perhaps someone's not telling you the truth or is hiding it from you. So, who is this?
I have no idea.
Oh, but do you sense that this is happening?
Possibly. I mean, you'd never know, would you?
Well.
Until you know.
Ian?
I'm trying to think what lies I've told you.
Today.
Well, since we got off the train, just to narrow it down.
Well, we can ask the pendulum.
Here we go, yeah.
A yes or no question.
Now, so which way's yes, which way's no?
Okay, so if it's to my right, or actually, if I'm asking the question and if it starts to circle to the right, that means yes, and if it starts to circle to the no, that means to the left. God damn it! Why do I keep it? The left is no. No
right.
is left. So I ask it. I try to trick it, like, "Hey, pendulum, sure." Yeah, I want to see if it's a "Hey, pendulum." Like, am I a microphone? And we just wait. You see, it's going to the left.
No.
It's going no.
You're not a microphone.
Not a microphone.
You can't trick the pendulum.
I'll hold the microphone.
Okay.
Now I'm a microphone. So
what should I ask it?
Make sure it's very steady. And ask it, and what do you want to know? Is there something you want to know?
Oh, God.
Will I miss my flight? Will I eat well tonight?
Can I ask it like something deep?
Oh, yeah. You can ask it deep.
Will I ever learn to like myself? Can I ask it that?
Oh, you're a human being. I already know the answer.
Hang on a minute. No.
Exactly.
Oh, no! Look at that.
It's okay. You're human.
Okay.
We're never going to like ourselves.
Will I keep my job at the radio station beyond next year? That's a yes.
Is that going to the right?
That's going to the right. Isn't it?
Wait, if it's going to my right, how is it going to your right? You're across from me.
Now it's going to... Oh, no, it's
You
left.
I'm
not trying to. Right, hang on a minute.
God.
You do it. I've got shaky hands.
It's about you. You're asking the question. I can't.
Well, no, don't
Here,
ask.
how about I steady it?
Okay. Let's... will I still have my job at the radio station beyond March? Stationary. It's not moving.
It's thinking. Just relax. It's doing it. It's doing it.
Which way is it
Oh
going?
my god, it's really not... Oh, wait. It's going to the right. Do you want your job?
Yeah. Are you
Okay, then that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good.
Can we can give that to my boss, and that means he has to sign it.
Say it's been written.
It's written in the runes,
That was-
not the runes.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Did I make the right choice
Oh.
leaving the BBC?
Imani, you're the...
It's going to the left.
Apparently That's
you
a
did
no.
that.
You screwed up.
Oh no, I didn't.
I don't know if it's okay to ask past questions. I think
Yeah.
really like future or present
Oh,
questions.
okay.
Here, let me ask a question.
Go.
What do I want to know? I don't want to ask this question. Will I ever make money again?
Do it.
Okay, fine.
Do it.
I'm just because I need to know. Like, do I need to do something about my current state of finances? No, that's too many questions. Will I ever make money? Of course I will.
Well, you're going to make money again.
Okay.
Well, you have to be rich.
Uh,
Come on. Comfortable.
Well, this is not what I want to ask.
Well,
I
then
feel
don't
like
ask it.
I have to get more comfortable about just the concept of money. That is
Why
my
is it-
answer. And I think I will make money when I become more comfortable with having it or not having it.
Yeah.
And asking for what you want.
And asking for what I want. But I think when you grow up very poor, it's just a constant nagging thing in the back of your mind that you're not going to have money. Let me ask a different question. How is my video shoot going to go well this Saturday? Be honest. Oh, I knew it.
That's a no.
I knew it.
It's going to be a disaster.
It's the mermaid parade. It's already a disaster, and then add a freaking video shoot to it. It's going to be packed as hell. You should go, by the way.
We're going on Saturday. We're going on
awful.
Saturday. Yeah.
Oh wait, you're going?
We're going home. Yeah.
Oh, you're going home.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go to the. We heard about the mermaid parade yesterday. Ask about the pledging thing. Is that going to work?
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
All right. So, is this pledge thing going to work?
That's a yes. It's,
He's
making his mind up.
Nope.
No, I'd give up if I
I
were
think
you.
you're tilting to the left.
I wasn't doing anything.
Politically and I think you should probably give up. That's
No,
what,
I
that
agree.
says.
No, I absolutely. I think I'm done with music.
No, don't.
No, I'm done trying to make money off of it. I would love to make music and not have to this thing about like, oh my god, this is my. That makes you resent it.
Yeah.
I'm just. I think there's another way for me to make money in life, and I don't think it's music.
Well, no one makes money from music now.
I know,
Because
exactly.
It's that thing of everyone. You can get movies free, albums free. Why would anyone, Spotify? Why would anyone pay for art anymore?
Right, I know.
The world's screwed up.
Well, that's why you have to make actual
art.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. People actually buy art, not music. A CD that they're gonna rock out, but art. They buy art. It's fascinating. Yes.
So this is, we should pay you for this.
No.
This is your-
No. I had pre-planned to give you. Look at all these.
And you're only giving us one. I'm teasing.
Ew.
This is beautiful. Thank you.
And I don't know if you have any of my CDs, but you can also have this.
I have
Do you have
all of your CDs.
Okay. Do you want to
Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is so cool.
This is beautiful. Thank you.
What if I give you someone else's CD?
Yeah.
Just.
That one. I've not got that one.
Actually, Black Alicious. This is I have a track on this album that I wrote.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can have that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're the best.
No, you're the best. Just
I want to
be safe on the
buy one of
subway.
your pictures, but I just don't know how I'd get it. How we'd ship it over to the UK. That's the.
I would ship it for you. I would just put it on and roll it up. It's possible. I've done it.
Is it?
I got in Australia. I got
She's doing this.
All right, I'll send you an email then. We'll sort something out.
Yeah.
So I'd love to.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
You're amazing. You're amazing. On the subway. Hey, when is this thing coming out?
It might go out tonight if we can bleep it. So.
All right, send me the links for Okay,
all right.
Cool. Bye.
See you later on. Bye.
Bye.
Wow. She's the most delightful person I've ever met in my life. Oh, that was great. Right. I suggest we head back to Manhattan. Look, there's a record shop I want to check out and we'll get some lunch.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink my whiskey, gonna have my man, I know you got nothing to say. I'm gonna have my man, I'm gonna steal their hearts and save for another day. Ain't gonna hang my hat, I'm gonna take off my boots, ain't nothing gonna stop me in my pursuit. My stage, time to rehearse, gonna see all the wonders of the universe. Pack my bags and mount my horse, I'm gonna ride on into the next town. Spend all my money on absolutely nothing, need no man to pay for anything. Ain't got no shame, nobody knows my name. I'm gonna ride on into the next town. Bakersville couldn't hang for long. A female living with a song. Such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day. I think I'll wear my brand new necklace. I probably change my mind, it happens every time. Just speak to my ex-fiance. I'm gonna hunt the hunter, gonna serve him well done. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Up goes the moon, down comes the sun. Cook my dinner while shine my gun. Pack my bags and mount my horse. I'm gonna ride on into the next town. Spend all my money on absolutely nothing, 'cause there ain't no thing like a chicken wing. Ain't got no shame, nobody knows my name. Ride on into the next town. Bakersville couldn't hang for long. A female living with a song. I'd give my life to be her. I'd give my life just to be her. I'd give my sight to see her. I'd give my sight just to see her. 10 years away, I'm gonna break it down. Speak my mind at any time, 'cause I got the master plan. Power my soul, strength in my hand. I'm going up north to claim my land. Won't settle by a river, might make me shiver, so look out and hide your fans. I'm a woman on fire with a huge desire to be as good as any man.